Coming up in court today.
Okay, so you served 3 years. How much cocaine was it?
That's
a lot of time.
It was a half.
And you had no prior record?
No, sir, I don't.
And you got 10 years of first offense cocaine?
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real justice. Justice is eye for an eye.
The plaintiff is suing her ex-husband for limitation in child visitation rights because she believes he's returned to drug abuse. The defendant claims he's clean and that he deserves the right to visit his son.
I'm the plaintiff, and I'm here to have the judge reduce visitation for our child with my husband to supervised visitation.
I'm the defendant, and I'm here today because my wife brought me down here to try to restrict my visitation time with my son. And I think I deserve more time, and I don't think it's right for she to do that.
All right!
All right, Jackie Johnston, you are suing David Johnston in order to limit his visitation with your son, y'all's son, correct?
That's correct.
You want him only to have supervised visitation because you think he's back on drugs, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And, sir, you're claiming that you are not on drugs and that you should not be limited in your visitation, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, tell me about your case, Ms. Johnston.
Well, when we were very young, we were very much in love, and we had a romantic time. He always said the right thing to me to make me feel special. We had a big, beautiful wedding. It was like Romeo and Juliet. He was my Romeo. And we had a wonderful marriage for several years.
Okay, how long were you married?
Oh, probably about 7 years.
Okay, when did it start going downhill? Because you're divorced now, right?
Right.
And how many children did you have? Just the one son?
Just the one son.
And how old is your son?
He's 6 years old.
And when did the marriage start going downhill, and for what reason?
I got pregnant.
Right.
Okay. And then just a few weeks before the delivery, he ran a stop sign and got pulled over by the cops.
Okay.
And they found cocaine on him.
Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir, it is.
It is true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how long ago was that?
That was about 2 weeks before she had my son.
Okay, and your son's 6 years old, so it's about 6 years ago?
About 6 years ago.
Okay, and have you been doing drugs since then?
No, sir, I haven't.
You quit after that day, you're saying?
Quit.
Do you want me to believe you quit after that day?
Well,
Did you do
no,
any
sir.
drugs after that day?
No, sir, but I did get arrested for that.
Okay, that one 6 years ago.
6 years
But you're
ago.
saying after that you didn't do any more drugs?
No, sir.
Okay. What? Go ahead, ma'am.
I have a court transcript.
All right. Big Sugar Ray, hand me that, please. So you got divorced. Basically, you couldn't get along, and you're saying he was angry a lot.
Well, see, the thing is, he went to prison for this cocaine.
Okay.
Okay, and that's when I divorced him because...
How long were you in prison for?
10 years, but I got out 3.
10 years? How much cocaine was it?
I was sent for 10, but I got out on 3 years for good behavior.
Okay, so you served 3 years. How much cocaine was it? That's a
only
lot of
half.
time.
It was a half.
And you had no prior record?
No, sir, I don't.
And you got 10 years of first offense cocaine?
Well, actually, I got a bracelet, house arrest.
Right. And, okay, so and you're saying here that when was this proceeding that you submitted a transcript for?
It was after the baby was born, about a year after the baby was born.
Okay, you took him to court and you were trying to limit his visitation, is that what you...
Yes, I am, because, see, he's, in the transcript, it proves that he was taking some kind of herbs and stuff to cover up the fact that he was still using drugs.
Well, here it is. Well, the transcript says that they found you free of any illegal substance. However, it did show evidence of a natural herb that is commonly used to mask findings of certain illegal substance. Is that correct?
I That's correct.
Okay, did you take that herb to hide any drug use?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Why do you take that herb?
What, I take that herb?
Yeah.
I don't take that herb.
Oh, because you're saying it was not in your blood sample?
It wasn't in my blood sample.
Okay. I'm going to get him drug tested today. We've got the drug test.
Yeah, it proves you're a liar.
I got a test right here.
Right.
Yeah, but
okay.
No, it's right here.
But just as a precaution, we're going to get both of you drug tested. Just it's precaution. So I'm going to bring out my legal assistant, Ashley Brooke. Okay, Sugar Ray, you are going to take the man to get a urine sample and make sure you watch him urine in the cup. And Miss Brooke, you're going to take her and make sure you watch him so that there can be no, cheating on this test. Right, no hanky-panky. Okay, both of y'all take each of your parties out there and get them drug tested, please. Thank you. She's made allegations that you aren't feeding the child. Is that true?
No, it's not.
That's what our son says.
The 6-year-old son saying...
Yeah, he says his dad leaves him all night.
A bunch of lies.
You're the liar.
Okay, so let me...
You're the druggy liar.
Bull.
The plaintiff is suing her ex-husband for limitation in child visitation rights because she believes he's returned to drug abuse. The defendant claims he's clean and that he deserves the right to visit his son.
All right, Ms. Johnson and Mr. Johnson, you've both taken the drug test. We'll have the results in a little while. I want to know about the visitation schedule now. What's the visitation schedule now?
Well, he gets every other weekend right now.
Okay, and that's unsupervised.
Correct.
Okay, and you're under court order to make him do that? To have every other weekend?
Well, yes, and sometimes he doesn't come get him, but when he does...
Is that true, sir?
No, that's a lie.
Okay, what do you mean?
You don't.
Do you take every other weekend?
Yeah, I take every other weekend when it's my time. I'm there to get my son on time, and I don't know where she's coming up with these lies.
Well, she's made allegations that you aren't feeding the child. Is that true?
No, it's not.
That's what our son says.
The 6-year-old son saying...
Yeah, he says his dad leaves him all night.
A bunch of lies.
You're the liar.
Okay, so let me...
You're the druggy liar.
Bull.
All right, so let me get this straight. Okay, we know you've served 3 years for cocaine, and originally sentenced to 10 years, and now you're suspecting he's under drugs again, and that's why you want supervised visitation, which means he will never have time alone with his child again. There will always have to be some authority there with you, and you do not want that, correct?
I don't want that at all.
You want to have unsupervised visitation.
I want unsupervised visitation with my son. All
right, well, I'm going to be back in a second with the results and my decision. Thank you.
I don't think your 6-year-old son would lie about being left alone, so where were you for that time?
I was with my son. She's making up the lies about it. You know, I'm there with my son day in and day out. When I have him, I make sure he's fed. Because you're trying to get back at me for the past. That's what you're trying to do.
All rise!
Thank you. All right, got the results of the drug testing. Mr. Johnson, I have your results. We tested you for marijuana, cocaine, alcohol, ecstasy, LSD, barbiturates, amphetamines, methamphetamines, mushrooms, heroin, PCP, and all your results came back negative. And that matches what your results were from the parole office that you've been getting tested. That also matches all the times you've gone to court where she's had you drug tested. So I'm pretty comfortable that those results are accurate. We made sure that it was done in the proper way. Ms. Johnson, we also tested you for all of the same things, and your results are in. And for cocaine, you tested positive.
No way. No way.
Results show you tested positive in this case. Yes,
no way.
Yeah. Right there. No. And I'm going to give the results to it. And these results are going to be forwarded to the family court that the judge here in your case. I think the only reason you brought this man here was because you wanted to hide your own skeletons and you wanted to harass him. So I think... the nerve of you to come in here and try to keep him from, when he's been living a clean life for the last 3 years, and for you to try to come in here and limit him to visitation with his own son and act like you are all pure and mighty. It just disgusts me, Sugar Ray. So, Big Sugar Ray, we need to teach her a lesson. She's come in here and acted like trash to me. So what we're going to do is I want you to take her out and you put her in that dumpster, and she's going to sleep there all day and tonight in the dumpster, in the trash. Take her on out. Take her on out.
Let's go.
All right, have her lay down. All right, now while you're laying there, I want you to think about what you did. Accuse your husband of being on drugs when you're on drugs, okay? So, Big Sugar Ray, we need to teach her a lesson. She's come in here and acted like trash to me. So what we're going to do is I want you to take her out, and you put her in that dumpster, and she's going to sleep there all day and tonight in the dumpster, in the trash. Take her on out. Take her on out.
Let's go. Come on.
I don't want to.
Now, I know you don't want to, but you shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have come in this courthouse and lied to the judge.
Dirty.
All right, Big
Come on, get in there.
All right, Big Sugar Ray. Miss Johnson, you made your bed. Now you're going to lay in it, okay?
Let's go. Yeah. Come on.
All right, now while you're laying there, I want you to think about what you did. Accusing your husband of being on drugs when you're on drugs, okay? And you lay there and think about it.
That's good, right here. Make your bed right here.
All right.
Bed right here. Here, that blanket. Here, make your bed right here. There you go. Come on. It's the way you're going to have to sleep. Let's go.
I can't sleep.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have come in. You shouldn't have lied to the judge. Shouldn't have lied. Come on, lay down. That's it.
All right, Miss Johnson.
Make your bed.
That's going to be your bed for the day, and I want you to remember what you did. You don't accuse someone else when you're the one doing it, okay? Bring in the next case.
The plaintiff is suing an acquaintance of hers for stealing personal checks. The defendant denies this claim.
All right, Elizabeth Harding, you are suing Stacey Eden for $18.85 for the cost of your stolen blank checks, and you also want $1,000 for your mental anguish you suffered clearing her name after she forged your signature on 3 checks, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Eden, you're saying that you're being used as a scapegoat, that you did not forge these checks, and you want your name cleared.
Correct.
Right? Okay, tell me about your case.
Your Honor, about a couple of months ago, I ordered checks. I never received them. I'm getting billed for things that I didn't do, and I want justice.
Okay, so what are you saying? Somebody took your checks? How could they have taken them?
Because when I call the bank states that they sent out the checks. I didn't receive any checks.
Okay.
I'm getting billed. I have bills of things that I didn't do.
How many checks were written on?
3.
3 checks?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
And did you bring any proof?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've got 3 checks that you're saying were forged. One was for $831.72. It's called the Clothes Mayor. Then I've got another check here from the Open Window Jewelry for $352.44. And another one for $79, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're saying that you did not get this merchandise?
Right, nor did I write those checks.
Okay, and did you find out how this merchandise was obtained? Was it obtained through a cashier or how?
Through mail.
Through mail?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so this stuff was obtained through mail and they forged your name, you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you have any idea how your checks were stolen?
No, sir, actually, no, they came through the mail.
Okay.
Okay, and someone stole them.
Okay.
That's a lie.
So you think somebody took them out of your mailbox?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and why do you think it's Miss Eden?
I believe she stole it. Rumor has it around the neighborhood that she is an ex-con.
Okay, do you have a criminal record?
Well, it's been at my last job, I did take some money out of the register before, but I paid my debt for that.
Okay, what did you get? A fine, probation?
A fine.
A fine, okay. Do you have any other criminal record?
No.
Okay, and what other evidence, just because she has a criminal record, and do you two live near each other?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How far away do you live?
2 doors.
2 doors away?
Yes.
And so why are you accusing her? I mean, just because she has...
I mean, my mailbox is right outside. I There's police
already
report
done-
that they found evidence that she did do it.
Okay, what evidence?
There was
did
a
it-
box
no,
of
there
checks.
was no evidence.
Yes.
Okay, let me hear from her first. What was?
There was a box of checks there.
Okay, there's
the
a
police-
box of checks.
Yes,
where?
sir. And in her home, in the trash.
In the trash.
Yes, sir.
Inside her home or outside her home?
Inside her home.
Okay. Did anybody do a handwriting analysis on you?
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't think so. So that's why I brought in a handwriting expert. Okay, bring in Chris Jones and also bring in Al Brooks, please. All right, Mr. Jones, stand right there, please. Ma'am, if you did it, then I've got the Texas Police Department right here, and they're going to take you in. What the police didn't do, they're going to arrest you right here today, okay? Now, what you don't know is everybody that comes on this show, you had to sign a release, correct? That you agreed to appear on this show, right?
Right.
Well, what I've done is I've taken that release on your signatures that you didn't know we were taking, and we are comparing them to your checks that you're saying were stolen and forged, okay?
Right.
Okay, so I want you, and first of all, I want to look at the release for the defendant, Stacey Eden, along with the check. Okay, so I've got your release there, Stacey Eden, and I've got your check there, Elizabeth Harding. First of all, Mr. Jones, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a handwriting analysis expert?
Your Honor, I've been a handwriting analysis for 7 years.
Okay, and what kind of things do you look for when you're comparing signatures?
Well, we try to look for similar traits in two comparisons, and trying to compare two different examples of names.
Okay, and do certain people have certain characteristics when they do their letters?
Well, some people cross their T's different, you know, loop their E's, loop their C's, you know, even cross their H's different. So.
And have you testified in criminal courts before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is this your primary profession? This is all you do is compare handwritings,
yes,
correct?
Sir.
Okay, I want you to look at her signature on our court release and also her check, and let me know if you think she forged her check. Do you think the defendant forged her check? Do you see any similarities?
No, I see no similarity.
You don't see any similarities. And can you
Thank you.
Can you testify to that with 100% certainty?
Yes, sir.
Well, ma'am, I mean, I've got a handwriting analysis that says that she didn't do it. And, you know, your case against her then is no good. It's not valid. You know, I've got her release. I got your release. Well, let me look at her release. I mean, I'm not an expert here, but look at her release and the check. Look at the plaintiff's release and the check. Do you see any similarities in those two?
Yes, I do.
So is the same person that signed the release, is that the same person that signed those checks?
I would believe so, Your Honor.
Can you testify that with 100% certainty?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jones. Well, ma'am, let me ask you something. By saying your checks were forged and you didn't have to, the bank took care of the charges, correct?
Yes.
So if you wrote your own checks and said they were forged, you could receive the material and the bank would take care of it, right? All right, Ms. Jones, thank you. Thank you for your help. Well, Officer Brooks, I brought you in here because I thought maybe the defendant did the forging and you were going to take her to jail. But it looks to me like the plaintiff has committed a fraud on her bank by accusing someone else of forgery so that she could receive the merchandise without paying for it. So, Officer Brooks, I'm going to ask that you handcuff her and you take her straight to jail, and I'll bring the evidence down there.
Hands on your head. On your head, top of your head.
Ma'am, you got busted. I can't believe you're dumb enough to bring a case like this in here and get busted, but you got busted.
This is the ruling that the judge gave. I don't agree with it. I've never been to jail. This is my first time ever being in trouble for anything. I'm at a loss of words.
As both of today's case showed, if you suspect someone has committed fraud on you or committed a criminal act, There are tests you can do to determine whether or not they are guilty. There's fingerprint analysis, there's urine analysis, there's handwriting analysis, but the most important thing is for you to preserve your evidence so that it can be analyzed. So if someone has committed a criminal act on you or caused fraud, don't get revenge. Bring them to my court.